Yeah.
That's why we drafted Herbert.
That's what happens. You become a starter. That's what happens. Wow.
I just feel like evil owners everywhere that want to get their young rookie quarterback playing time over their veteran. It's just like just rubbing their hands together in the back somewhere, just looking at these strategies for taking their QB out.
Oh, boy. Next game on the slate here. Tampa Bay traveling to the Mile High City in Denver. They are the road favorites, -5.5, over under 43. I don't feel good about picking Tampa Bay, but I feel like I have to. Like Denver, they're going to be without Drew and Driscoll. Like everybody's like, oh, he looked good against Pittsburgh. I'm like, all right, man, he had a decent moment. Sure, Pittsburgh wasn't losing that game, whatever people want to say. I got Tampa Bay winning this game pretty handily, and I like the defense to really step up in this one. I got them winning 24-6. And yeah, simple as that. Tom Brady, I'm not a big fan of him right now, but I think they just Denver don't got enough. Like everybody's hurt there too as well. So, Rueter,
I'm gonna go ahead and this is gonna be my candidate for lock of the week. I know that there's another one coming up. In chatting before the show, both Bryce and Tim were, kind of. They had their eyes locked in on another game a little bit later to talk about, but this one's going to be the one for me. I think only giving away 5.5. Tampa Bay is going to win this one handily. I liked Denver a lot coming into this year, but with Locke going down, with Cortland Sutton out, losing Von Miller, I think was a huge blow. And I think Tampa Bay has underperformed this far. Tom Brady's the 24th best passer by yards in the league so far. That's going to come up. From what I understand, Godwin was a full participant in practice, so it looks like he might suit up. I think Tampa Bay wins this one in easy fashion. I think it's going to be like 35-17, so I'm going with the over in Tampa Bay. Lock of the week. They're going to come out very strong this week.
What you think, Tim?
I'm thinking Tampa Bay. For obviously, I mean, you guys kind of ran the gamut on there. I agree with Ed when you said that Tampa has underperformed. I think we all expect so much from Tom Brady and all of the weapons that he has around him now. I have 27-10. I really just don't think this ever gets close. Driscoll kind of looked lost to me, and I don't know if you can change that in a week.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. All right, moving forward. Next game on the slate here. Oh, shit, lost my place. There we go. We got the Detroit Lions traveling to the red hot. See what I did there? Red hot Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are home favorites, of course, -5.5. Over under is 55.5. Tim, what you thinking?
I'm thinking Arizona looks scary. I have them taking this down in somewhat of a shootout that Matthew Stafford never really gets to the end of. I have the score at 38-28. I would almost sew this up near a lock because Arizona has looked really freaking good. Kyler Murray doesn't get touched. He literally can run away from everybody. With that being said, I think Arizona just kind of has this in a runaway in a game that may not look as close as the score as a lot of the games earlier that we were speaking about were going as well.
What you think, Rueter?
Just going to give him a ditto on that one. I can't imagine a scenario where the Lions pull this one out. I really don't. I was a little bit higher on the Lions than a lot of people were at the beginning of the season. I thought they show you glimpses, like the beginning of the Packers game, they looked pretty good. And then just suddenly Matt Patricia looks overwhelmed and he looks out-coached in just every game that he's out there, which is, I suppose not all that surprising from that Bill Belichick coaching tree. Those great coordinators just never seem to pan out as head coaches. And I think sadly for Detroit fans, it's more of the same here with Mr. Patricia. And I don't know. To me, this over looks awfully high at 55.5. I will say the Cardinals win by 5.5, but to me, it's looking more like a 28-17, somewhere in that along those lines, because I don't think Detroit gets it going. So Cardinals, but I'm going with the under.
I'm rolling with Cardinals 31-21. And Kyler Murray, just fucking awesome dude. Like they fleeced the Houston Texans for Hopkins, and he's looked phenomenal. The defense has looked better than what I expected. Chandler Jones still getting into the backfield. Patrick Peterson is still a very good cornerback. And Kyler Murray, he's the X factor, man. He's looked freaking awesome. He's just a miniature ball of excitement, and I'm tuned into basically every Arizona game at this point. Give me the Cardinals 31-21. Lions, Patricia, he's going to get fired soon. So yeah, they're done playing for him anyways. All right, next game on the slate here. This game I think has the potential to be game of the week. We have the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Seattle Seahawks. And right now, Seattle is -5 favorites, and the over-under is 57. I have this as my lock of the week for the over-under at 57 because I think this is just going to be a pure shootout. Both defenses are terrible against the pass. They're bad defenses in general right now. Russell Wilson is locked in. He's my leading candidate for MVP right now. I have it as a score of lost my score. Hold on one second. My bad. I have it as a score of right now 38-34, and I got the Seahawks winning this one here, and I'm taking the over. I'm definitely betting the over on this one. What do you think, Tim?
I agree wholeheartedly. I think you're going to watch a quarterback who is proving that he's going to be the MVP in the MVP chat by the end of the season, and a guy that thinks he should be. I have Seattle 34-28. I just think that they're already clicking on all cylinders. Russell Wilson looks like he's unstoppable. DK Metcalf is an animal. It's just not even fair watching him play. You can toss a ball up and you know that he's going to come down with it. I have Seattle with the over 34-28.
And Mr. Rueter.
For me, so far, what defines Seattle season are the deep balls to DK Metcalf over the top. I don't think there's anyone on Dallas's roster that can even come close to stopping that. When I saw DK Metcalf just manhandle Stephon Gilmore, I thought to myself, man, that's going to be a tough combo. And the way Russell Wilson just drops that ball from 35 yards down the field into his arms, like he's just dropping it from arm's length into a garbage can, just drops it right in there. The ball falling down from the sky. I don't know how that gets stopped. I will say Chris Carson hasn't even gotten it going this year yet. I think he's going to be, by the end of this season, he's going to be up there amongst league leaders in rushing, despite the fact that it seems as though Pete Carroll's kind of turned the reins over to Russell Wilson and allowed him to just start airing it out, which is smart. I think Carson probably gets it going against Dallas. This is actually a tough one for me because I think that Seattle has also shown that they're not without flaw. I think they put no pass rush whatsoever on opposing defenses. You watch that in both games. Matt Ryan had all day to throw, and there was a reason that Matt Ryan was the league's leading passer after week one. Cam, although he looked very good, was able to throw all over them as well. And I think, all things considered, Dak could do the same here. So I like the fact that it's going to be a shootout. I like Seattle to win, but it's going to be a little bit closer of a score than that. So I'm actually taking Dallas with the points, and I could definitely see we'll call it 35-31 Seattle Cowboys taking it with the points.
Yeah, just shootout. Shootout. Yep. I'm looking forward to that.
I'd be shy. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't a shootout here with both of these teams. Both of these teams are plagued by the same defensive woes, and I think they both have pretty strong offenses that are going to put up some points.
Yeah, I feel you on that one, bro. All right, man, last two games. We got the Sunday nighter, the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Super. Is it still called the Super Bowl? Is it the Mercedes-Benz Superdome now? I think that's what it's called now. Anyways, they're traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints Sunday night game. Right now, the Saints are -3.5. Over under is 53. Rueter, what are you thinking, sir?
Well, the thing that I'm thinking is that before I watched the New Orleans Saints lose to the Las Vegas Raiders, I would have called this, along with the next game that we're going to come up and talk about in a little bit, maybe the best 1-2 punch for night games that I've seen in a long time. The Sunday night and the Monday night game, I'm still very much looking forward to them. But as far as I'm concerned, the one thing that screams out to me with this Saints team is that Drew Brees, I think, unfortunately, as much as I liked him, has fallen off. I think that may be it for Drew. He can't push. Yeah, I think he can't push the ball down the field like he used to, albeit Michael Thomas being out hurts him. That's obviously his favorite target, but he can't get Emmanuel Sanders involved at all. He seems like he is in captain check down mode, if we're bringing back some Trent Edwards nicknames for our fans at home. Kamara looks great. I don't think it's enough against the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay getting 3.5 here is just mind boggling to me. This is the game that I was referring to where I thought maybe the two of you would pick this as your lock. I'm not far behind on that. I think Green Bay wins this one outright, let alone getting points. And I think they're going to be all over them. The Saints were exposed by Derek Carr. I can't imagine what's going to happen when Aaron Rodgers and the boys get after him. I'm going to leave it with a question. I think that the Packers win somewhere along the lines of like 35-20. So I actually like the over as well. But is Devontae Adams playing? Do you guys know?
He's listed as doubtful.
Doubtful. Okay.
Yeah. We'll see.
Even without, I think we've seen that Lazard can play. Aaron Rodgers, he'll figure it out. Aaron Jones, my God, out of the backfield, catching or running, the kid's an animal as well. Packers all day on this one.
Tim?
Yeah. When I looked at this, was just kind of jumped out at me. And the fact that they have the line at 3.5 is kind of, I don't know if scary is the right word, but they make the lines for a reason. So is there something that they know that we don't? They probably know a lot more than I do, but it's, to me, this is Green Bay in a runaway. I'm taking the under on this at 31-17 because I think Green Bay isn't going to have to do anything for a lot of this game.
Yeah, I looked at this line when it first opened up. I looked at the lines. Green Bay was getting 4.5, and then they dropped it down to 3.5. Because I'm pretty sure everybody was just jumping on Green Bay, and I'm still staying on them. Like, to me, like I said, I watched that game against the Vegas Raiders, and Drew Brees is shot. Okay, like he's done. And I'm sitting there watching the game. Like, I watched the Tampa Bay game, he looked trash. And then I watched the Vegas game and he looked bad. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. And then I went and looked at some stats. I got a stat here for you guys. All right. So Rueter, you mentioned how he can't push the ball down the field. Okay. So he right now, all right, he has thrown for 472 yards. Okay. The yards that the ball has traveled in the air has been 160, and he has 331 yards off of yards after the catch. So he's just kind of dinking and dunking his way to all of these yardage. And yeah, I'm good. Like, he's done, man. I just watched Derek Carr carve up this New Orleans defense, and I watched Jacobs also run pretty well, and Darren Waller. And Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones is like Derek Carr and is like the great value version of Aaron Rodgers. So I'm gonna see Aaron Rodgers do what he just, like, even worse than that. Come on now, like, I got it as a score of 40-21. I think it's gonna be a pure blowout. Packers, by the way, back-to-back games, they have scored a respective 43 and 42 points. Give them another 40 burger. This offense is looking awesome. Even if Devontae Adams doesn't play, they're going to kill this team. And yeah, this is one of my locks of the weeks as well. So, boom, there you have it.
All right, Bryce. So right here, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, take it away, my man.
Me introducing this game for you.
I've
been doing it. It's been our trend here on Beat the Odds.
Yes, sir.
Next up on the slate, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Mr. Pat Mahomes, as the dogs. And you might be thinking to yourselves, what? How could the Kansas City Chiefs possibly be underdogs? 2-0, defending Super Bowl champions. But the reason that they're 3.5-point underdogs is Mr. Lamar Jackson is going to be at home with his Baltimore Ravens, Bryce Benjamin's own Baltimore Ravens, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in what should be one of the best regular season games that we see all year long. Mr. Benjamin, I can guess who you're taking here in this game. But let's tell the people anyway.
There's no need to guess, man. You know what the vibes are. This is our year, man. Baltimore Ravens, we coming The Kansas City Chiefs, they have beaten us the last 2 years. Lamar Jackson is 0-2 right now against this Kansas City Chiefs team and Patrick Mahomes. However, in those 2 games, we have traveled out to Kansas City, and now Kansas City is coming to the bank, albeit no fans, but fuck it.